God wanted Dallin H alive so badly that he saved him from death multiple times. Not only was he preserved from an almost stillbirth, a 9-month-old car crash, a 7-year-old hospitalization with measles and pneumonia, but his last encounter with death makes my blood run cold. When Dallin H. Oaks was living in Chicago as a law professor, he and his wife were driving home a ward member from an activity, and after President Oaks had walked the sister to her door and was returning to his car, a young man ran up to President Oaks and pressed a gun to his stomach, demanding his money, and then Oaks handed over his empty wallet. He then demanded the keys. President Oaks told him they were in the car. He demanded that he open the car, and Oaks, knowing his wife was sitting in the car horrified, refused. This young man then jabbed the gun into his stomach even more and said, "Do it or I'll end you." And Oaks refused again. This man got more agitated and angry. And in that moment of distraction, the man's arm wavered from President Oaks' stomach. And in that moment, he had this surreal moment of premonition. Oaks had military training, and based on his circumstances, he figured he probably could struggle for the man's gun without likely getting hit himself. But in that moment, he also seemed to sense that the young man would die if he made that struggle, and he could not have that man's blood on his conscience for the rest of his life. So instead, as any good father of teenagers would do, he put his hand on the man's shoulder and started to give him a lecture and encouraged him to stop before he got arrested or hurt. The man eventually did give up and run away, and this moment was a critical point of spiritual development for President Oaks, showing him to always put his trust in the Lord. And to learn more about the other ways the Lord preserved President Oaks for his current calling, watch this video from Kirk Magleby on the Discover the Book of Mormon YouTube channel.